Well, we keep getting streaks of bad weather. This has been sitting for days. First it was a bunch of heavy rain and flooding, but then came down with a cold or something. I haven't done much the past couple of days, and then last night it snowed all over everything, and it's going to go down to like 11 degrees I think tomorrow night, so it's not over. The good news is we got good weather coming next week, early next week. It's supposed to be sunny, get back up into the 60s, so we'll be back to work on this here soon. Okay, I have got 6 bolts, 2 here, and 2 back here in that corner. There's 1, and then 2 in these corners. So it is tightened down and fitted the way it's going to be once we get all the bolts in. So we're ready to go ahead and start drilling holes. I'm going to drill them all from the bottom up, and we'll probably space each bolt about 2-3 inches apart all the way up, except for this back section, which we're gonna have to fabricate something. I've got the shims and everything, and now that I've got this tightened down, we've actually dropped about 1/4 of an inch down. So this is actually sitting lower, so we need less. We got less spacing in there. We still got to fill these 2 gaps. So okay, we've got holes spaced roughly about every 3 or 4 inches apart. Running out of daylight today. It's going to be warm the next few days, so I'll be able to get a bunch more work done on this. Still got to fill in these gaps back here, and then put the angle aluminum up here and around the sides. Of course, plate that hole off. We're going to have everything cut and drilled and bolted in temporarily just to make sure it all fits, and then we're going to take everything off and start cleaning and prepping for the 5200 sealant. Watch that gasket, we need that. Big rubber gasket. There's our exhaust. Let's get this out of the way. All right, we got bolts just sitting in here loose on both sides. We will need longer bolts, but I just put them in there to hold it in place while I drilled holes, make sure everything fits. Getting these brackets cut and drilled out, just enough bolts to hold them in place. We got 1 more to do on this side, and then we got to make that plate to cover that hole I cut. Okay, we took the brackets off, everything's marked and everything. Gotta take this battery box out because it's in the way of a couple of our bolt holes. So we need a 10 mil socket to get that out of the way. Okay, I took a wire wheel on the grinder and got all the edges cleaned up, even on the transom. That way our sealant will stick to bare aluminum. I got some filler putty. I'm gonna fill in this gap here, maybe a little bit here. Okay, I cleaned the surfaces here with some what do you call it, acetone, so it's ready to go. We got this PC Marine 15-minute putty, so we're just gonna mix this stick up. All right, we got these gaps filled in, most of them. The little cracks and crevices we'll get with the marine sealant. The 5200 will get everything else, but I just wanted to fill in the big gaps with putty because I didn't want that much 5200 in there. I got this plate to go over the back. Should be dry. I put 2 coats of self-etching primer on it just because bare aluminum and spray paint don't go together very well, so I put the primer on it. But that's going to go over here, and we'll rivet that in place. Alright, we scuffed up the gel coat just along the line of bolt holes, and then on the back we'll wipe this down with acetone and flip it over, kind of clean up the inside a little bit. Alright, we got our rag soaked in acetone. Really don't need to do the front of this, just right, starting right here. You can see how quickly that dries, and that removes all any and all grease from fingerprints or anything else that was in this boat. Our putty's not completely cured, but it's set up hard now, so we're gonna go ahead and get this ready. I got 3 tubes of this. This is actually left over from my last project from last summer. I bought 2 tubes for that project and only used 1. This one's probably going to take more than 1. So we got 3. I think we're going to use between 1.5 and 2 if I had to guess. So the first thing I'm going to plug is this hole for the speedometer. Just like that. We don't need that speedometer. I pulled the wire, cut the wire, pulled it out. First thing we need to pay attention to, these floor braces that I cut, that little gap there in between the floor brace and the floor, water will get in there, and that one's got an even bigger gap. That gap will be easy to fill. This gap, not so much. I'm probably going to take a small flathead screwdriver and pry it open just enough to squeeze a little bit of 5200 in there. Okay, our cracks and crevices are filled in here. Ran a bead down all the way to the corner on both sides and filled in those gaps. Alright, we got this laid out. Looks terrible, I know, but it should seal. That's the main thing. And we're gonna probably go ahead and cover this up too, because it'll be hard to get sealant in there. We still have those shims and whatnot, but those will go in after the tunnel's in place. That went very smoothly. Got an extra jack stand. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. All right, we got it in. We got these 2 just sitting there to hold everything in place. I did ruin these already ruined pair of jeans, so no biggie there. We'll get 2 bolts set in the back to hold the back in place, and then we'll start actually putting them up from the bottom and tightening them down. All right, we got our bolts, nylon lock nuts, small washers for the top, fender washers for the bottom. We're gonna put a little 5200 around each fender washer and squish it up on there. That'll seal the actual bolt hole from the outside. Well, we got 4 out of like 30 in. Let's keep chipping away at this. We're down to this bolt. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 more here, and then we can do the back. We're chipping away at it. Hopefully we don't run out of daylight. Got the right side sealed on the bottom. 2 bolts in there. Still got to do the back, still got to do this plate and the left side. Running out of daylight. I had one hang up. This bolt here, I can't get it all the way tight. We're gonna have to figure that out. Everything else is in tight. We're gonna plug in the old bow fishing boat and fire up these Outrigger Swamp Eye Gen 2s. Run them off of the extension cord so I can see what I'm doing, because we only got so much time to work with this 5200, so we got to get it done. That's not even turned up all the way. That should be bright enough to get this done. Well, we got these transom brackets on, tightened down. Still got to run a bead around the outside. Got the exhaust tip here. We're going to put it back on. All right, we got this plate riveted in. Got sealant all over my new primer. Doesn't matter. We're going to paint over it. Screw it. Anyways, we're going to go and run a bead. We got this pretty big gap right here. I don't like that. I may wedge something in there, but either way, it's going to get sealant all the way around. And then that should be it for the 5200, at least for this part of the project. Okay. Got everything sealed up, inside and outside. If I miss a spot, we'll get to it later. Anyways, this needs a couple days at least to start to set up and get some stiffness to it, because right now it's just liquid. Once it's starting to set up good, we can flip the boat over and continue, but it's going to be a couple days at least. I did this when we had good weather finally. It went up to 70 today. It's going up to 70 tomorrow. That should help speed up the process of curing this 5200 so we can keep going with it. But everything looks good so far. I'll catch y'all later.